What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat. We're hanging out with 107 of our very best friends on Twitch, plus whoever's on YouTube. I can't see that right yet.
Thousands more YouTube Live.
How many?
Thousands. It's unbelievable.
Thousands. Yeah, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching across the world. We're going to power rate Ozzy Osbourne. So Ozzy is my favorite character this month. I haven't played Cody. Rusty did the preview, but Ozzy is something different, man. He is just so good. So we're going to show you a little bit of gameplay. He does have the gear now. That is, I got Furpo to add it for tonight for this because it wasn't there, but that does mean I can't take it off. So, he's just got 150% more trap gem damage. Make sure you're aware of that. But that's going to be available the last week of this event, I think during SummerSlam weekend. I'm going to show you a couple different builds, but quickly, because really you start here and you almost end here. There's a drip build I'll show you, but he doesn't need much to be super good. So 1 MP red, that's right, I said 1 MP, shot in the dark, deal damage, 5x5 area to make into trap gems. If broken by you or your opponent, you do bleed damage for 2 turns. Then the Hellraiser, 1 MP red move, deal damage, 24 random gems into trap. If broken by your opponent, it does bleed, but if broken by you, it does the KO powerhouse thing, where it makes a 1x3 area, this time into black. And then you've got the Flying High again, 6 MP black move, deal damage, increase your black gem damage by 150%, plus you cannot be subbed. He's another cannot be subbed guy. In fact, with my Ozzy, you know what I have for a strap on my Ozzy? I have an anti-stun strap because that's the only thing I have for his era. So my Ozzy, once he gets 6-star, can't be stunned or subbed. It can't be stubbed. So that's gonna be nice.
No stub lock.
No stub lock in my Ozzy. So, for some reason, I took this guy off here. What the heck? I was doing some other builds, but here is what you're going to need. We're going to run it after the 99 MP, as if it's gone, right? We always power rate as if the 99 MP is gone. So, you're going to have your Woods right here for 4 more MP. Tiffy time, if you get her, for trap gems do 100% more damage and 2 more black MP. If you don't have her, you can run Rhea and then Santa Hogan on this side, but for the most part, that's your combination. Then we've got another Mr. Steamboat for trap gems do 100% more damage and create 2 more, and Woods for bleed. Just pay attention, since they come from trap gems, your other bleed trainers don't work. It's only Woods that works for the bleeds. You got double Woods, and then you don't need this. So let me clarify for our readiness scale on the power rating. You don't need this to make him good, but we are going to use, to make him better, the Barber's Blades. Whenever you make 6 or more trap gems, increase your black gems by 75%. And the Underdog Story, whenever you break 4 or more black gems, you generate 10 red. We get the 50% gem damage strap on him for the preview, so that's not 100%. 40% Fury 2s, and then they do have, on all of Scopely's candy store accounts, the all gem damage 35% metal. So that's kind of the top end of what we're going to see for that. Obviously, you can do more than this in the plus 99 MP era, which is right now, but we're power rating him for long term. So I'm going to set up the match. Rusty, what do you think of this Mr. Ozzy Osbourne in game here?
Well, I like the boulder, first of all. I haven't seen him with the gear yet, so this is my first time to see it. Yeah. I also was just thinking about so many great Ozzy songs as you were doing that. So more than the game right now, I'm thinking about his Live and Loud tour that came in a CD box set, and it had an actual speaker grate on the front of it. Wow. I grew up with that. That was one of my favorite, it's like a 4 CD set when I was a kid. I was thinking about that just now.
Nice.
Here's album, Platinum Patrick says, my favorite Ozzy song, you're going to get back to the gameplay, but it's a deep track called Demon Alcohol. Look that up, guys. Check out Ozzy's. That's a B-side for you guys. I don't think it was a radio hit.
Gotcha. Well, so gameplay wise, we've got our 1MP traps. It's a 5x5 area. Since you don't have anything making gems, you just need to put it where the other trap gems you drop, you're going to be able to make a match, which is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Then, if you notice, this with the trainer setup as it is, they designed him perfectly that it fills the entire board once, just perfectly fills it up. And then you've increased your black gem damage by 150%. So with the gear, with the plate, with the buffs, you're talking about 1 million per gem on the black gems when they hit a trap. And we're going to swipe this blue right here. Notice he had a little under 70 million health to start. And we're going to see what happens to his health right now. So that was only 34 million on a hit, but watch the bleed. Done, done, done. So easily hits in the 50-60 million range with no problems. That was actually the lowest I've seen it hit since I've been playing with him today. Most every time I drain his health like that. So I'll run it back one more time while Rusty talks to you just to show you that I'm not crazy. So not crazy train.
No, it's great. So in the chat, Lee, Bob threw out there that the trap gems work because they don't overwrite one another like some their superstars do. So we're getting, I guess, a really solid build out of him, whereas sometimes they can, I don't know, offset one another. Miss Tina says, why isn't his moves just called Sharon? It's good to have Miss T with us in Twitch tonight.
Yeah, check out the Black Pearl faction if you're looking for a great casual faction to join. That was 40 million, and then you're going to watch the bleed. Eat him, and he's done. So that was 70 million turn one. Easy. Now, I know what you're going to say. Doesn't he have a drip build? And you're absolutely correct. He, of course, has the drip. Spoilers, it's not as good. So if you're like, oh my goodness, this is, the drip is going to save everything. If you don't have the drip, he's not worth playing. It's not that. Let me tell you, it's not that. So all you do is you swap out the first shot in the dark move for one of these two. You can run it either way with the other black move. However, just note the make 10 into purple. You can set up a swipe. You can do whatever. With this one, it's going to make the other plate go off if you do red to black as opposed to black to red. But either way, that's your drip build right there, or the other one. And then we're going to go in and swap the drip, and we're going to swap out, instead of bleed damage, although I think bleed damage is, for me, still the way to go, personally, we're going to swap out for black gem damage. So, Rusty, that's my spiel while I'm setting it up. Do you think you will run a drip on your account, Rusty?
I don't. I don't have a drip plate, so I'm definitely sticking with the traps, and the barber plate is just because I get the most out of the things I have for it. And let me just say this real quick. If anyone's feeling like their Twitch is lagging a little bit tonight, jump over to our YouTube live room and see if that's any better for you. I just posted the link to YouTube live, but we'd love to have you experiment with that and see if that solves the problem.
Wow, Lux. That I'm not sure that's a fun fact, but that's something that exists. Wow. Anyway,
might try it.
All right, so the drip has gone off. You can see the times 7s out there. We'll match something like this or like this, but I prefer to keep those times 7s on the black gems as much as possible, and we'll go from there. Boom, 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 lots of booms. Just this one was a really good cascade. So that was 50 million. The problem is there's no bleed damage whatsoever on it because we broke all our own gems, and those ones don't do bleed. So Yeah, the only other thing we could do would be to run it back with the 2 red moves, but again, then your traps might get overridden. I can run it last just to see, but otherwise that's basically it, and we're about ready to power rate him because we're here. He's good. Like for an A tier, everybody gets him free, and lots of people will be able to take him 6-star gold. This is an insane character for me. I am very, very impressed with Ozzy.
Nice. So some folks in the chat are asking about my video delay. It's actually not an internet issue. It's my Streamlabs collab cam. It just has a little bit of a delay. So as long as you can hear my audio good, yeah, you'll see a little bit of a kung fu movie lips on my body.
Wow. Good to know. Oh, seeing that. So since there was so many trap gems, it didn't trigger the drip plate at all. I thought it would overwrite, but it did not trigger the drip. So that was a waste. Huh. Well, there you go. I personally wouldn't run him with the drip plate. I mean, even if I don't have one. I think Merrick's would be a better like voice on this one. But yeah, I wouldn't run him with the drip. So there it is. Well, before we switch over to the power rating screen, let me show you his trainer ability, his entourage ability, because that's going to be one that we have to flip back to real quick. But we're already getting a lot of votes in our Discord server. So Rusty, it looks like the pin is gone. There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I took down the giveaway pin while we get through the voting in the power rating just to clean it up a little bit because it won't let me pin multiple things.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So you've got power rating Ozzy up there. But here's his coaching ability. First of its kind, green gems do 30% more damage, but also blue gems do 30% more damage. So the other coaches that have been like this have been green gems plus green moves or something along those lines, blue gems, blue moves. So he's a multicolor, multi-hyphenate coach on that, as it were. So let's go over to our power rating. The first thing we're going to do is the power and speed, and those two are objective data. It's just purely, does he hit X? If so, it equals Y. So I have had him hit over and over again over 80 million. I mean, I've run him a lot today. I actually had to redo his should you take him video twice as I was working on things because I kept I'm so tired today. I'm just so tired. But either way, he hit 80-ish million, no problem. Without gear, easily in the 60 to 70 million range. So that's a 5. On the speed, at least 2 of the following are true. MP charge is equal to or lesser than 6 MP. Yes, 2 of his moves are 1. Recycle flawlessly, not without the plate, the extra plate. And his animations are quick, resulting in a win under 45 seconds in feud. So here's where the catch is for him. Because, like KO, it's so cascadey, you can't control how long it's going to take. You can set up his moves easily in under 45 seconds, but that cascade could take 10, 15, 20 seconds on its own. Right. Plus, he does not recycle flawlessly with the moveset as is. He will with I'm sorry, what am I saying? He doesn't recycle See, again, I told you I'm tired. His red moves are 1 MP. There's no way not to recycle.
Yeah.
So the biggest question would be, if you count the cascades against him, would he be a 4 or a 5 on that? But for me, he meets the requirements to be a 5. Rusty, this one's objective, but does that cascade killing his time in feud count as a 4?
I don't think so, because the cascade is counting towards damage. So if it was an animation that was not awarding damage, that would be one thing.
Right.
Each cascade is more and more and more gem damage that is giving you a composite number at the end. So I don't think there should be a penalty for that. Right. I would think 5 still. And yeah, Michael Graham said 5. Haunted Eagle said 5. Um, what did our Discord say? OG Kenny said 5.
It's very close. So we had, well, that's not true. We had about 4 more people give a 4 than a 5 on Discord for him. But yeah.
So the only, and somebody brought up a good point. This is going to come into play in boss battle because you're playing at 1 time speed.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You have to. It has to play through. You can't. There's no shortcuts in boss battle.
Right.
That is, as a valid format, a competitive format.
Yep.
So that's. I don't know that I have that score in my heart, but I think that's a very fair point.
I think it is, and I think this is something, again, I've always said speed is objective, but that, will he win in under 45 seconds versus will he win in under 60 seconds? That is a hard one to go for. So what I'm going to do to be fair in that is just make a note.
Junior Gaming that brought up the boss battle point.
Yeah, and it's very valid, very valid. So I'm going to make a note in the 4 category there because we don't want to overinflate people. But on the nice side of things, everybody's getting this character. So, we're not hyping something that's costing everybody tons of money. This is just, they gave you this. Let's enjoy it, man. So
right.
Let's get the readiness poll going. Readiness, for a 5 in readiness, character needs 0 to 1 special things, plate, gear, moment, etc. to make them work. Remember, the Barber's Blades is not a needed to make him work. It just makes him hit harder. And as I clarified with my own tiredness there, the second plate that we use, the ultimate, is not needed for him to recycle. It just helps to clear more of the board in case you miss some trap gems. I would say he needs Woods. Woods really helps him out a lot with that bleed. For a 4, character needs 2 special things. That's a plate, a gear, a moment, or a rare trainer to make them work. For a 3, the character needs 3 special things: plate, gear, moment, rare trainer. What do we mean by rare trainer? Any of the double 4MP people that a lot of us, myself included, have 0 of, would be somebody that's like super S plus tier, like if Rex Regum is the required or Trish is the required to make him work. That's a rare trainer. Sherry is a very rare trainer. So have you got the poll ready to go, Rusty?
1 minute poll starting now.
All right. So poll readiness.
Let's cast our votes. So 1 special thing. You said Woods was the 1 special thing. And I feel like Woods has been fairly available, even in like key pulls. It feels like the community should be getting closer to having King Woods.
Yeah, they're making him more available, so he might not be as rare a trainer as he once was.
He is rare. He is, but he's not ultra rare the way all those other that Lee listed off.
Yeah, Tubob makes a good point in there. The strap is actually fairly rare because that era strap doesn't pop up very often. Now, that being said, let's pay attention to the fact that they did make the prize wall where you can get an any gender Oh, this is a split. How nice. You can get an any gender strap for any era, so that is not as rare. And then real quick, Merrick's also said that, asked the question, is it 80 million damage to get a 5? And the answer is no. The meta, we're calling the meta at 60 million is where you get a 5. So anything above 60 million. So even without gear, he's going to hit 60 million with this moveset.
And Lee, I stand corrected on the rarity of King Woods. The chat immediately refuted my claims. So I yield to you, chat.
Yep.
Yes, Woods is a rare thing.
So we've got a 3 and a 4 as a tie, but we also have Discord. Readiness, oh, good Lord. Readiness on Discord has 7 more votes on a 5 than the nearest, which is a 3. So So I mean, it seems pretty split on
Let me
this.
check YouTube real quick to see if we have any votes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Please check
We
YouTube.
got a 4 and a 5. So they offset one another. That's our
Right.
2 votes. Robin Watson and yeah, so the Lost Geordie.
Right.
Lost
And Platinum Patrick for our scoring system. We say that the top end damage begins at 60 million. If a character can at least hit 60 million, that's the beginning of the top end damage. Anything above that is gravy. What's up, Sap Daddy? Good to see you. What's up, Mikey Graham?
Hey, my only hang up is, have you used the boss battle metric on anyone else? If not, you probably shouldn't use it on Ozzy either.
Well, we still gave him a 5 on speed, but we have not, because the metric is listed as wins a feud in. But we will get to boss battle just in a second. So, but I think this lands a 4. 4 and 3 combined outpace the 5s that were on Discord, and I think that's pretty fair. He needs woods. Needs a strap, which is now more available, but even still, you got to buy one for sure if you don't have one.
I think he's a 3. I mean, I think the more pieces you name, the more compelling I'm going. Yeah, that's a lot of parts.
Well, woods and a strap are the things that are the big. That's
Not
2. You don't need the barber plate to hit 60 million. It just really adds to the damage. I mean, it's nice. So.
Baby Ice is messing with my head in the chat, so I I'm just trying to keep it straight.
Yeah. All right, so versatility. We can get the versatility poll going. This is where boss battle and showdown and feud come into play. So for a 5, character is competitively usable. Notice that word, competitively usable in feud, in boss, and in showdown. And the character has a special gem type that will help them in extreme rules. For a 4, the character is competitively usable in at least any 2 of the 3, feud, boss, showdown, and they still need a special gem type that would keep them in extreme rules. For a 3, the character is competitively usable in 1 mode, feud, boss, or showdown, but may occasionally be a sleeper for the boss. And for a 2, the character is not strong in any modes, but is certainly going to win in tours or blitzes. So we can go ahead and put the poll up when you're ready.
1 minute poll starting now, going live.
Baby Ice said, for Muda's sake, I am the power rating referee. I love that. So on the Twitch for versatility, we have 5 as the number 1 answer, 4 as the number. I mean, it literally just goes down the hill, except for 2s and 1s are swapped with each other. And for whoever asked why is the screen shaking, whenever I swap my screen over to Discord, it causes it to jiggle a little bit. It's got jiggle physics on it.
Muda is so good.
We need to repower rate, because for one, since the 6 gold meta has come out, we already talked about the fact that his Entourage ability would get 1 more point than it got anyway.
Oh, wow.
So, because remember we had that discussion where we said we had to go back and edit those ones who had the 30% gem damage, because in 6 silver that wasn't as big a deal. Now it's a big deal.
That's right.
Oh yeah, we did increase Muda's rating technically by 1 point last week. I don't have Twitch app. So we've got 4 that won on the Twitch, because I can't see YouTube. 5 won on Discord. I don't know what we got on YouTube, but I think the discussion side of it is he's gonna be it's gonna be a slow cascade in boss battle, but if you've got black gems and trap gems, that's gonna be incredible. He's gonna do well.
17 total at 4 for versatility. It was far and away the winner on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. And I think the argument for boss, I think he's going to do very well in boss, but I think the cascading stuff it's like those who argue that they won't use Powerhouse KO in boss battle, or in feud, because it's going to take them too long to get to their win, is what I'm saying there. And then definitely with showdown, I mean, he doesn't really have a link that helps him too well in Showdown, but those 1 MP charge moves can't be nerfed, and he still hits super hard. So I agree.
Yeah.
I think we've got a 4 there. Unless you got a different take, Rusty, I think we're good.
I would say this is the Ghostbuster Cena effect. How many times did we find ourselves using GB Cena because of the unnerfable MP, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of what happened with the perks, they can't take that away from us. So I think there's really, I don't have any scoring thoughts other than I think this is going to prove itself to be more valuable than we realize right now.
I think so too. That's a great comparison, actually. This is this meta's Ghostbuster Cena. This is this meta's Ghostbuster Cena, because bleed probably won't carry over as well, just like into 7-star, just like Ghostbuster Cena's moves didn't carry over well into the next meta. So I think that's a great comparison, and I hadn't thought of it. So Entourage ability. So here's the trick with Entourage ability. We've already established that a 30% gem damage trainer gets them a 4. The question, however, since it's double colored, blue and green, does that change the rating? So for a 5 on Entourage, this is an essential training or coaching ability that adds something you don't want to go into battle without. For a 4, it is a widely used trainer coaching ability that helps the character it's being used on to reach their full potential. And again, we can rule out that it's not a 3 or a 2. It's not a niche trainer ability at 6-star gold, because those who only have 1 color that are 30% are all given a 4. So to keep fairness, we cannot rate it lower than a 4. However, is it a 5? That's the question. So put up a poll for us there on Discord. It's dominantly a 4. Dominantly a 4.
So it's 30% to green and blue gems. Is that what it is?
30% to green and blue. So by definition, it falls into the same category as the others we've power rated, like DDP and so on and so forth, carrying cross, all the ones that have 30%. The only big differential on him is that he does 2 colors, but as 2Bob says in here, this isn't the same essential level as Roxanne, Mellow, Braun Breaker, etc.
Agreed. I always say, if a person is going to give me a 5 in Entourage, they better give me at least 2 MP. Or if it's a coach, they better give me some sort of distinct advantage, like 100% to bleed or 100% to botch, right? That's what I want to see out of a coach, out of a trainer. This is a surprising.
I was going to say, people are like, I see your argument and I rage you. Okay, so here's the thing. So 15 people voted 5, 11 people voted 4. Somebody voted 3, even though we said you couldn't do that. But on Discord, 8 people, because I count as one of the ones who puts up each of the numbers. 8 people voted for a 4, and only 1. Nobody did, because I count as the person who's putting the number on there. So 0 people voted 5, 8 people voted 4 on Discord. I can't see YouTube, but if there's any votes there that we can add, Rusty.
We had 1 vote for 5 on YouTube.
Okay. So we're still, so we were 4 up on Twitch, but we're 8 higher on the 4s when you come to Discord. So it's numerically counting as a 4. So similar to others who do 30% damage. So that's a 4. So, but here's the thing. This is an A tier character, and we're at, instead of a 25, 24, 23, 22 out of 25. That's S tier rating, and I don't have to change the rating from Roxanne because it's right there. So
22 for a
Ozzy's
free
22 out of 25. Yep,
folks.
Same as Powerhouse Austin.
There it is.
Yep.
That number is very high. High as Muda, high as Bionic Redneck, higher than Hall of Fame DDP, higher or at Muda. So we're talking like this is a really, really good superstar. So don't petition for an even higher score.
No.
I just think some of the chat's like, whoa, that should have been higher. That's inflated and not fair to the community. And longevity proves, I think, that our system is really working. So, yeah. But also, Lee, we've got a lot of new voters on with us tonight because our numbers are significantly higher because of the giveaway and because of there's really no feud tonight. There's nothing going on in the game except the premium showdown. So we've got a great crowd with us here that I'm curious, one's in the chat, if this is the first time you've done a power rating with us, would you put a 1 in the chat? We would just love to know how many first timers we have with us for power ratings. Yeah, check it.
Nice.
Whoa,
number.
I love
Yeah,
this.
look
Is
at
awesome.
this.
This is all we do this every Friday night with the new superstars and some of the favorite superstars that we haven't got to. Kurgan, thanks for that. But this is awesome. Look at all the ones coming out, the new voters and the new power raters.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those, just to add to what Rusty's saying, for those who have not been with us before and now we're getting 2s and 3s, and Little Mac, thank you for your first time on here. For those who haven't been with us, this system, while never flawless, it's we made it in a lab with a few people, 2Bob being one of them, BDC, some others who really know certain aspects of this game and rank, on feud boards, all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. But what I've found most interesting about the power rating system is that once we've done it month over month, we started to see like, oh wow, for a good stretch, all the B tiers ended up hitting exactly the same number, and A tier, like not because we were trying to manipulate scores, but maybe one was higher here, but they were lower there, and your top tier characters end up hitting in that 22 and above range, 21, anything in that. So. Man. And Pipes, I get that. Pipes says it's 2 a.m. here. That's why I'm not around. Designer, I'm not going to read that one.
No. Please, you just have to giggle. You got to be in the chat on Twitch.
That's right.
On stream.
Right. Well, that's it. Rusty, Ozzy is a 22 out of 25. Any final thoughts? Twitch and YouTube, stick around. We're going to power rate somewhat quickly Brutus the Barber Creed cakes of the Brutus brothers. But for this video, we're going to call it an end so we can post it.
Yeah, let me just say this about Ozzy. You've got him on your roster by now, probably. If you don't, go back and do that collection contest so you can get him as your first free superstar of the month. Also, I think today you probably claimed the final shards you need to recruit Brutus Creed. He's coming up next. If you're watching this video, go check out our Brutus Creed video. If you have never been with us on a Friday night for power ratings, there's about 50 people in the chat who just had their first power rating, and they will never be the same. So join us each Friday night on Twitch, and we will see you next time, friends.
Bye.
I love that.
Hold up.